Not Liv Morgan, but Liv Gallow? WWE star drops bombshell. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Liv Morgan signed a WWE contract in 2014. After all the training and preparations, she got to be in the ring a year later, in October 2015. She initially began with the ring name Marley, which needed to be changed later. Morgan, now, more than a decade later, has revealed that she had two choices to choose from. I walked into work one day and they were like, okay, you're either Liv Morgan or Liv Gallow pick. I was like, oh. I had known we had Liv Gallows at some point in time there. He wasn't employed in that moment in time when I was there. But I had known of him and his history. So I was like, I'll be Liv Morgan, and that was really it. I never really liked Morgan, now I like it. But I remember, first time signing an autograph, I was like, I'm just gonna sign Liv, and that's all I've done. That just stayed with me my whole career, only because it didn't like Morgan. She said thus, she chose the other name with Morgan as the last name. She now admits to not even liking Morgan, and thus she used to sign the autograph only as Liv. That same technique was then carried on, and she still signs it with the first name. Liv Morgan was about to miss this WrestleMania. On the recent Raw, Stephanie McMahon attacked Morgan from behind. Liv swiftly went into a collision with Roxanne Perez as their heads banged. Both apparently suffered a concussion and had a hematoma on their foreheads. A report then suggested that with such an injury, Morgan would have missed WrestleMania if it were on that weekend. Fortunately, Mania is still more than a week away, time enough for Liv to recover and avenge everything from Vacker Liv Morgan still scarred by brutal bump. Absent WWE star The Cause Liv Morgan was the MVP of the Women's Elimination Chamber match in 2025. She started the match with Naomi until finally being defeated by Bianca Belair, who won. The whole match was memorable, but unfortunately, all that Liv took away was a painful braid whip from Belair. On Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Morgan recollected the top of the pod moment from the Elimination Chamber match. Liv said that she had a scar from that whip for quite a while, adding that she hadn't looked at it recently, but a slight mark might still be there. Liv added that there was another injury she sustained in the chamber to her back, and she had a scar from that too. I had a scar for quite a while. Honestly, I haven't looked at it in a bit. I still think I have a very bit of a tail end mark still. Also, my back too. I have a scar on my back from some injury I had taken from the Elimination Chamber. So yeah, it scarred me up pretty well, Liv Morgan said. The moment was built up as Morgan was running away from Bianca Belair. She climbed the chamber and reached the top of the pod to distance herself from Bianca and lead an attack from the top if needed. The EST of WWE climbed to the top of the pod to tow, but Liv grabbed onto her braid and started pulling her. Belair managed to pull it back and whipped Liv hard enough on her waist to make her fall off the pod. Liv Morgan says Elimination Chamber 2025 is one of her favorite matches. Looking back now, Liv Morgan said that the Women's Elimination Chamber was one of her favorites. In the same interview, she spoke about being in the final two with Bianca Belair, with the crowd not knowing who was really going to win. It was special for her. But honestly, that's like one of my favorite matches ever. That was one of my favorite matches ever. And like the final two with Bianca and I is one of my favorite moments. I feel like the audience really didn't know who was going to take it. I think just that chamber specifically in and of itself with Jade and Naomi, I just think it was so well done. I think that was like one of the best chamber matches, in my opinion, for the women, Liv Morgan said. She feels that the whole chamber match was well done, with the iconic start when Jade Cargill attacked Naomi. This was followed by exceptional performances by the other women. According to Liv, the 2025 chamber match is one of the best women's matches. Got her work cut out for her. JD McDonough explains the repercussions of Liv Morgan suffering a nasty injury on WWE Raw Liv. Morgan suffered a nasty injury on WWE Raw when she collided with Roxanne Perez. On Instagram, JD McDonough briefly explained the repercussions of the incident caused by Stephanie McMahon. Morgan and Vaquer's feud has gotten quite heated and intense over the last few months. The two superstars have made things quite personal, with Morgan even mentioning Vaquer's mother in a promo. This week on Raw, Walker ambushed her WrestleMania 42 opponent and put her face first through a TV backstage at the Judgment Day Clubhouse. On Instagram, Morgan shared a photo of her injury, leading to McDonough claiming that Jet Emini, who does the makeup for several WWE superstars, got her work cut out. JD McDonough blamed Finn Balor after he was kicked out of the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day betrayed Finn Balor before WrestleMania 42 after he prevented JD McDonough from helping Dominic Mysterio. This led to Mysterio losing the Intercontinental Championship to Penta. On social media, McDonough blamed his now former mentor and tag team partner. He stated that the betrayal was Balor's choice, and he wanted to be the leader of the faction. McDonough wrote, "What happened tonight was your choice, Finn. Nobody else's. You lied to all of us. You got an ego. You wanted to be the leader. That's never been what the Judgment Day has been all about, and you used to know that. Judgment Day is my family, and if anybody, even you, dares to try to step on any of them, you get stomped out." This week on Monday Night Raw, JD McDonough was set for a singles match against Balor, but the match never officially began after Dominic Mysterio ambushed the former Universal Champion. McDonough and Mysterio laid Balor out and stood tall over him. Balor will face Mysterio in a singles match at WrestleMania 42. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan will aim to bring the Women's World Championship back to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Liv Morgan claims she and Dominic Mysterio formed the greatest couple in WWE history. Liv Morgan stated in an interview with Chris Van Vliet that she and Dominic Mysterio are the greatest couple in WWE history, surpassing pairs like Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, AJ Lee and CM Punk, and Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. She described their storyline as an intriguing, complex, messy, and wholesome love story that fans love to hate or hate to love. I think, ultimately, we just understand the assignment. I feel like the fans love to hate us, or they hate to love us. It's such an intriguing, complex, messy, wholesome love story that we haven't seen for a while, and I feel like the audience really loves that. I think, honestly, we're just iconic. I know I say that word a lot, but we're just iconic together. I think we are the greatest couple in the history of WWE. I'm not just saying that. I mean that wholeheartedly. We're better than Becky and Seth. We're better than AJ and CM Punk. We're better than Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. I stand on that. I feel like we've resurged couples in WWE. What couples were couples before Dominic and I? Now you have tons of people coupling up, trying to do what we do, but they just can't.